right, we are live. Welcome everyone. This is Troy from Brighton Games. We are going to jump on into Fallout 4 Horizon. This is version 1.5 and this is our second episode. If you missed the first episode, it should be up on the YouTube channel soon, but we streamed that first one to Twitch, and this part 2 is actually being streamed to Twitch and to YouTube, so please check it out wherever you like. The Twitch channel is Brighton Games, as well as the YouTube channel is also Brighton Games. You can follow us on Twitter at Brighton Games YT, and let's jump into it. So let me switch our scene over here and jump into the game, and we should be good. Let me know if you can hear me okay. We had just did a test stream before this trying to get the audio set up, and I think we are at pretty good levels, but let me know if my microphone's too quiet or if the game is too loud, vice versa, and we can adjust that as we go. Okay, so let's jump on into it. Alright, so here's our character here. Again, we didn't spend too much time in part 1, just kind of getting us set up. We are playing on survival mode with the Horizon mod, which is a mod that makes things a bit more balanced in Fallout 4, but it also creates a lot of difficulty in just, the survival aspect. So combat's not too difficult. It's not, super quick combat or anything, but healing and different things are very difficult. So that is the big challenge, and supplies and resources. There's a lot of crafting in this game. Settlements are very important. So we have some settlement mods and things as well. So this is our character Nora. She's got a armor jacket on, or jumpsuit on, from Eleanor's mod, and she, pretty basic. I think I'm level 1. Again, we've only did one episode here in the previous one, and I'll have a link for my mods here soon. I'm trying to get that mod list together for you guys, so I'll link it in the description soon with the videos so that you can see. Yeah, we're still level 1 of Horizon, so we just exited the vault. I believe we went and tried to do a little scavenging, but we haven't even made it to Concord yet. We pretty much got rid of the bloat flies at the beginning, and that was it. So as you can see, I'm also using a mod called, I believe it's called Clean and Simple, and it gets rid of a lot of the overgrown brush and the trash in Sanctuary, and those ruined houses. It kind of builds them back up so that they can be used again. They're not perfect, but they're certainly not dilapidated either, so they can be used. So we're gonna try to use this mod. It just cleans up everything, saves us some time on stream from having to scrap things and whatnot. So we're definitely gonna try that out. Let me know if the stream's looking okay here. There were some issues in the last stream with the fast-paced action, so I adjusted my settings to try to compensate for that, so that the stream would be smooth here. And I'm looking on my end, and it does look improved, but you let me know in the comments if it's not quite, or if it up to par, if it changes. It goes real blurry to real clear. So I want to lock that in so that we can continue to stream. Again, this is my first series streaming here on YouTube and Twitch, so I want to grow and improve as a channel. So please let me know if the stream quality could be improved in any way, and if you have any ideas on how to do that as well, I'd certainly be open to listening to that as well. So yeah, we're gonna jump in again. Right now I think we're just trying to see what we have on us and what we can get going forward. So just looking in here, I see that we have a pistol, and 2 pistols, 10mm and 38, tire iron, and frag grenades, and that's about it. So we're rocking some leather armor. We have a little backpack, and our armored jumpsuits providing a little protection as well. Now I have again a lot of mods here, and as we go through the game, I'll probably use more of them. This Wasteland Codex one I'm really interested in because it has just some lore about different parts of the world and different items and things. And I haven't used it ever play in any playthrough before, so I'm kind of excited to see some of what those will be like. Maybe I will hotkey this while we're at it. Yeah, I'll hotkey that. And you know, while we're out and about doing something tedious, maybe I will play one of those. Here, let's play one of those for you now so you can hear what that's like.
Birds generally keep to themselves and mind their own business. To kill one without the intent of eating it kind of makes you a jerk.
Let's try another one.
You can tell a lot about a civilization by the pets they keep. You can tell a lot about a civilization by the pets they keep.
Now, I've seen other YouTubers use this mod as well, and then when they use it, they just kind of let it play automatically.
The wasteland wanderer is more likely to have a dog as an animal.
But I was finding that it was, for me, it was playing at times I didn't want it to, you know, during dialogue, or it was having trouble stopping its dialogue, and it was just very difficult. So
mutant varieties are prevalent.
I normally don't play in third person, but this is I'm using a controller so that I could get a little bit smoother motion, seeing if that was help with the stream at all. But I might play with this a little longer. I'm not sure how that's going to work once we get into combat, but for now I might use
man's best friend as well. You can find cyber dogs in New California, unfortunate animals caught up in mankind's wild pursuit of improving on nature.
Okay, I am noticing some frame rate drop on my end, so I may have to go back in and tweak some settings here, but we'll play with it for, you know, a little bit. This will be a shorter stream. Again, I'm trying to keep the streams a little shorter until I get my settings dialed in. You know, I don't want to go for an hour or 2 hours with settings that aren't quite right, you know, so we can improve them and make the stream a little bit more consistent here. Let me go into first person and see what that's like. I don't remember how to do that on my controller. There we go. Let's jump into first person, see how the motion is, and you guys let me know again in the chat, you know, what you think. I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. I am using a pretty heavy overhaul mod. This is as far as the environment, this is Fallout 4 Seasons, and this is the autumn season, so it has a lot of overgrowth, but not, like I said, not too much, but not as much as like the spring one. The spring one really caused me some problems on my game with all the trees with the flowers and leaves and things. But this is, I think, fairly more realistic than the vanilla, in my opinion. You know, I think some things would be overgrown after a few hundred years, just a little bit. But if the frame rate gives us problems with it, we might have to take it out. But I would like to include it in the stream, so hopefully it works with us. Now there's some Mirelurks here, and basically we want the eggs, but they're going to be pretty difficult to fight. I'm hoping that we can manage. Let's see, where's dog meat? I don't even know where dog meat is. Let me see, I have a key. Yeah, I have a hotkey for him somewhere. Oh, there he is. Stay close.
Hey.
And check these out, please. Oh.
Hey.
Okay. Dog,
hey.
come on, come on.
Go
there
check that out.
So when he does that, they're gonna break, and these guys are gonna pop up, and then we just have to take these guys out as quickly as possible. Oh no! Okay, we're okay. That's that. Oh, okay, that helped. Okay. Still trying to remember these controller keys. I don't use controller too often, it seems like, anymore. At least not the Xbox one, so I have a PlayStation controller I use sometimes, but pretty much the same controls, but I had some different configurations set up on my PlayStation controller that are not on here. So bear with me for a few as we try to figure this out. I don't know why he's running away here, but we're gonna chase him. Now, see, as you can see, I am out of ammo very quickly. That's not a good thing. I do have a lot of 10mm because I've pretty much been saving it. Come on back. But that is the thing with Horizon, especially being on Desolation mode, which is the hardest setting, with Outcast mode, which is the hardest damage difficulty. We are going to struggle. Okay, got some meat there, as you can see. We're going to struggle to keep ammo. You know, at the beginning you get a lot if you know where to go, and I've played the beginning of this a few times, and I've played through Horizon about 100 hours, so I have a pretty good sense of the beginning. I've never finished a playthrough, you know, a complete game on it, but I am pretty familiar with it. And there are, you know, as you can see, I have 200 bullets even on Desolation mode, so there is a lot of 10mm if you know where to look for at the beginning. Our goals are going to be to make it last, which is going to be tough. So, dog meat, are you close to me? Because I kind of don't want to get poisoned by these guys.
Hey, check it out.
Come on. Go get him, boy. Alright, dog meat's not going to do anything, I guess. So I will. Okay, we want these Mylark eggs again for food. I believe we can grind those up. Horizon has a lot of new crafting recipes that use different scraps of meat to create, you know, ground meat, and then from there you can make soups and, oh, got bit by that one. You can make soups and a variety of different things. So it's really, you know, innovative, I think. It's a little tedious sometimes, you know, it can get to be a little tedious, and that might be people's complaint about the Horizon mod, is that you tend to feel like you're micromanaging a bit too much, in my opinion. I like playing through Horizon, but when I started to get bored with Horizon was when I felt like we were micromanaging just too much. And so I think that is its biggest consideration. You'll see once we get into it. Once we get into the crafting, we haven't really set up a base or anything yet, and I'm not quite sure where we're going to set up our base. I always set up the base in Sanctuary, but you know how Sanctuary is, it's just so far away, and it's such a pain to travel back and forth. And Horizon always glitches this door as well. Let me see. No glitch. Okay, that's cool. For me on my system, I don't know why, but that door always glitches, especially when I'm using the Horizon mod. Surprisingly, it wasn't when I used the last mod, which is like immersive gameplay, I think it's called. Yeah, immersive gameplay was the last one I did. I've done a bunch of different overhauls, just trying different settings to see what I would like. But I keep coming back to Horizon just because I think it's the most balanced overall for a playthrough. The combat's not the greatest. I like immersive gameplay's combat better. You know, the economy isn't even the greatest. I kind of like immersive gameplay the way it uses way more realistic weights, and you know, if you kill an animal, you get hundreds of pounds of meat. You know, if you kill a bear or something like that, I like that. You know, I do think that's a bit more immersive, a bit more realistic. But you know, I just keep coming back to Horizon just because I think it's the most playable. You know, you can really go through a let's play with it, which is why I went back to this one. My test recordings I had done here actually were with immersive gameplay, but we went back to the Horizon mod because it was just I think the most well balanced for a stream and for a playthrough. So as far as the stream goes, I think we're gonna do some streams. I don't know if everything will be streamed. We may do some recorded videos, like on-demand videos, and some editing to cut things down. I may edit the streams for YouTube, even though we're streaming live on YouTube. I'm also recording the raw footage, so we may do some edited content as well. I would like to keep it pretty task focused on our episodes if I can. You know, our goal here is to go to this location or to do this mission. You know, keep it short and kind of to the point so that when you're finding these later, you can find what you're looking for. If you're looking for Corvega, you can find the Corvega, you know, entrance and our run through of Corvega. If you're looking for, you know, Fort Hagen or Fort Hagen, we're killing Kellogg, you can find that. So basically just trying to keep it more abbreviated so that it's easier to find. We are going to holotapes. Pop this guy. Right now we are our goal, like I said, keeping it goal oriented here. Our goal is to actually get all these mole rats, to get all these mole rats and get their meat, because again, the hardest part is really the beginning of this Horizon mod. It's very brutal at the beginning, and then it kind of balances out. And if you don't spend the time now to get all of the meat you can, you're going to have a hard time. So we'll let the robot do most, you know, sentry bot. We'll let him do most of the work, but we'll see. For some reason not popping up yet. We're gonna kind of hide in here again because I do not want to get a disease. Early on, if we get a disease, it's pretty much game over. We can run down the Covenant. There's a doctor down there that'll heal us. I think I have one antibiotic. In Horizon, the antibiotic is actually split up into two different kinds. One, the vanilla version is actually called. The vanilla version is actually called. I think it's like Cure X or something like that, and it'll cure any illness. But antibiotics themselves actually only will get rid of infection. So there's like a basic, and then there's like the more upgraded. Here, you know, we won't find. We have one of the upgraded versions. We won't find an upgraded version for a while, and you can craft them with chemists in different ranks. But I think we only have a handful, so we really don't want to get any infections if we can avoid them in the beginning. I have played early on and received an infection just from, you know, sleeping, because you can get it, you know, randomly, even if it's in a bed of your own creation, which is kind of silly. But even with that, I had to go down the core Covenant. That was the only way, is to go down the Covenant. I guess you could technically probably run the Diamond City, but for me the Covenant run was easier. Go to Covenant, do the little quiz to get in, and then from there you're basically going to the doctor. And the thing about it is it's so expensive that, you know, you can really only afford that once. And I made the mistake of going past the mole rat tunnel, which is right by that, and when I did that, then I got another disease because there was even more mole rats. So, you know, mole rats are a good source of meat for sure. As you can see, I'm getting meat. I'm not the greatest hunter. You have the hunter perk, I believe. We should have the hunter perk, which is a Horizon perk that lets you harvest meat from animals. But as you can see in Horizon 1.5, they added skills, kind of like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3. Not quite the same, but as close as it could be within the Fallout 4 system. So as we do more, we will improve that skill. But right now that skill is pretty weak. And so, you know, we might find ourselves getting one piece of meat, maybe two, you know, per item, you know, per animal. So we're gonna again go over here, just try to get some more of the mole rats if we can. Okay, yeah, we can go on this. Oh wow, he did some damage. Did some damage as well. Come on. There we go. Come here. Hard to find. Where'd he go? There we go. There he is. Come on. Thank you. Okay. So, more? Or okay. Another one. He's going in. Come on out. Oh, I'm gonna do disease watch. Didn't take too many hits there, but still more than I would have liked. Again, although the controller's working pretty good for me right now. I'm usually not a fan of the controller, but it seems to be working okay, so we're gonna roll with it. And that saved our ammo again. Remember, ammo, it seems like you have so much in the beginning, and then as soon as you go to Corvega, like that area, you have nothing, you know. And the first time I played Horizon on the Desolation mode, I had to start over. You know, I got to about level I don't know, 5 or 6. You know, Horizon is a level slower, so it's about level 5 or 6 in this game. It would probably be like level 10 in the vanilla game. But you know, I got to there, and I got to the point where I had the drive-in as my settlement, and I could not go to Corvega. I would go through Corvega, and then the next thing I know, I would, you know, this uses an alternate death mechanic, which we can talk about. Let me see if I have it set up. Yeah, here, I can set it up. So the alternate death mechanic that we're going to use with Horizon, basically it, whenever you die, it basically takes you back to your closest settlement. You know, the idea being your companion or dog meat or whoever kind of drags you out of the fight and drags you back to the closest settlement. What it also does once you get to that settlement is you start with only 25 health. So if you you'd only get a little bit of health, so you still have to heal up when you get there, and you lose a bit of money anywhere. I can't remember the exact amount. I've seen it like $150. I think it might be something even less maybe, but it tends to, I mean, that'll wear on you as well because there's not a ton of money in the world. But then you have to use all the resources to craft bandages to rebandage yourself, and it got to the point where I had no bandages. I am going to turn the autosave mod on again because we're not, you know, because we're using the alternate death mode. We're going to go back to our settlements when we die, so saving doesn't really matter at this point. I'm basically just using this so that we don't crash and lose any of our progress. That's why they included the autosave in here, because in the Horizon mod, because once they included the alternate death mechanic, saving wasn't the way you progressed or the way you could prevent death by, you know, kind of save scumming and starting over again. It doesn't really matter with this new mechanic. But yeah, it just got to the point where I couldn't play the game anymore, and I had to start over the first time. Now the second time, that was on Desolation mode. I think the second time I played Desolation mode, I still didn't get very far, but I got past that, and then I turned Desolation mode off, and that's when do you have anything else? No. That's when I actually was able to find some success with Horizon in general, and played to, I think, like 100 hours in that playthrough. So it's a tough mod. I think we'll be able to. I think my problem was I just didn't really give the beginning of the game a whole lot of, I guess, respect with my ammo and things like that. You know, I was pretty frivolous with it because at the beginning of the game I played it so many times, but when you know, Horizon really does change things, and so it's gonna make it tough. We're gonna take you out before you take us out. Okay. And then we're gonna again just try to get as much stuff as we can, because in Desolation mode there isn't a lot of stuff in the world, and once you start crafting you need every bit of everything. So so again, if you're just now joining, welcome. This is Brighton Games. My name's Troy. This is our second live stream on Twitch and our first live stream on YouTube. So we are actually restreaming with restream.io. So in the chat, you can feel free to message in the chat, and it should go on the screen in the bottom left, and it should have any of the chats there. Let me just check to make sure that's still working. Okay, looks like it is. Oops, sorry about that. looks like it is still working well. So again, it should be on both YouTube and Twitch. And changed some settings from the last stream. So if you saw the last stream, the quality when action started to become fast-paced, that's when things started to get blurry and a little pixelated. So hopefully the quality is better. From what I can tell, it's better, but I want you, obviously to enjoy the stream. So let me know if the quality is still a little blurry, and if so, we'll tweak some more settings and try to get that dialed in. Again, we're going to keep these next couple streams pretty short, which will give me a chance to go back, watch them, and see what I need to do to improve. Again, this is a new YouTube channel, and hopefully you're enjoying it. If you are, go ahead and if you'd like to subscribe and follow, that would be fine, and we can continue on this playthrough. Now, as far as what other games, I have a ton of games, and I've been just waiting to play through them and meaning to play through them. So if there's another game you'd like to see, and I have it, I'd love to stream it or record some video footage for it. So let me know what other games you think you might like. I like RPGs. I like a lot of the Fallout games. Skyrim I've played through, although I've never actually beaten Skyrim. Played about 300 hours of it, but I never actually beat that. But I figured Fallout 4 was a good one to get started with, because it's a game that I spend a lot of time with. I am excited for 76, so we will kind of use this as a lead up to 76. And I'm also planning on hopefully streaming the other Fallouts as well. Fallout 3, I've never actually completed that campaign. Fallout New Vegas, which I have. What we're going to do is the Tale of Two Wastelands mod, which brings Fallout 3 into Fallout New Vegas, and you can actually take a transportation between the two. So that's the playthrough. We're going to start that as well once I get the settings dialed in for this, and we kind of get going on Fallout 4. But other than that, if there's other games you'd like to see, I have a ton of games. I like sporting games. I like RPGs. I like just about everything. I have a pretty wide variety of interest when it comes to games, and I'd like to do this for just in my free time. So let me know if there's something you'd like to see. Okay, oops, wrong one. So we are going to go send him to Olivia. I don't think we're gonna do Olivia right now, because I just can't stand that AK or with the minigun. Gives me a hard time no matter what level I am. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not sneaky enough or approaching it the right way, but she gives me a hard time no matter what level I am. And so being level 1, I don't think that's going to be a smart thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow him, let this sentry bot take care of most of the bad guys, and then we're not going to go in. We will just kind of loot around it, get any meat that we can get, and then head on back to Sanctuary. We are going to need to sleep. I don't have oh, it's 3:40 in the morning. I don't have a Darker Nights mod on, and to me the nights are just so bright that I forget that it's night. Like, it's 3:40 in the morning. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. Like, it literally looks like it's daylight out in my game, or at least 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It doesn't look like 3 in the morning at all. So I have to include a Darker Nights mod. I have one, and then I have another mod called Natural and Atmospheric Commonwealth, and that has a Darker Nights section of it, and I really liked it. I just don't know what the stream, if that's gonna wreak havoc on the stream. So, oh, in the top corner you can see it says saving game. So it is, the autosave is working. Now the autosave doesn't work when we're in crafting menus, I believe, or when we're in workshop, and you spend a lot of time in that. So that's kind of the downside of the autosave mod. But again, we're not necessarily using it for that purpose. We're just preventing crashing, So hopefully we can do that. And if we end up getting a crash or anything, we'll be okay. I did have some issues on my settings before part 1 on Twitch, but we didn't have any problems with part 1 on Twitch, and it seems to be working pretty smoothly. So I think we'll be okay as far as crashing goes, hopefully. I do have Sim Settlements installed, and that tends to be That tends to be tough on the system, but I had it dialed down before, so it should be good. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, decent stuff. Is there anybody else left? Okay, I think there is. There's definitely somebody else left. There's something else left. So okay, there, as you can see, the codex, the Wasteland Codex, is popping up here with some information that it wants to share. We may play those here in a little bit. I might just set it to automatic so that it automatically plays as we're exploring. Now, I definitely didn't hear the mole rat with the bomb, so that has me nervous. But what we'll do is we'll go up here, and then if it does show up, it will come upstairs, and then we can kind of cut it off at the pass. Okay, here's all the raiders. Now, I'm not even really looking at what we're picking up. I'm basically just picking up everything, and we can sort at home. I do have this mod has a lot of carry weight options with cargo bots and different things, which are very nice, and we will definitely utilize, but you can't get them right away. So what we're gonna do is we have salvage beacons. So once we get settlers, you can place your things into a container. Oh, there it is. And then your settlers will come pick it up, which is awesome. Yeah, pretty. Where's he at? Is that the one with the bomb? All the way over there? You're not even close. And so we'll use. Oh, that is the bug. Okay, and there he went. I don't know. Okay, where's me went? Okay, so we'll use that mod to kind of get some of our stuff back to the settlements. That also works pretty well with the Rise of the Commonwealth portion of Sim Settlements, I believe it's called, which lets the settlers build their own big cities. Ouch. And I think it's a pretty good mod kind of combination for that. So we'll the same mod author built Sim Settlements has built the mod Salvage Beacon. So they kind of do go hand in hand together pretty well. You can basically bring the scrap to a settlement, and then the supplies to a settlement, and then those people use that to upgrade their settlement. So we will use Rise of the Commonwealth on some settings. I don't think we're going to make every city in the game a Rise of the Commonwealth game, one that is pretty intensive on our performance of our system. And then, but also, you know, I think we'll save those for the big hubs. You know, Sanctuary, maybe Sanctuary is one we do ourselves. I did notice that the clean and simple mod I had on would be changed once I used Rise of the Commonwealth, because it bases it on vanilla, not the cleaned up version. But we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens. Maybe we will, you know, do like maybe Starlight Drive-In will be a big hub, and we'll use the Rise of the Commonwealth for that. Let it kind of do its own thing. Just contribute some supplies here and there. And that way we have a post, because I never really end up staying there, like building my base at Starlight. You can, but I've never really done it. But Sanctuary for some reason always ends up being a place where I end up doing a player home and everything, even though it's once you start going, it's not really close on the map. So we'll play it by ear, but I don't want to spend too much time in the crafting menus and, you know, settlement menus. It can be just tedious on stream, so we will definitely utilize Sim Settlements to help us. Okay, so right now we're going to go back, and then we are going to get some sleep. I think we've got enough meat for a little bit. Our next goal after this, after we sleep, will probably be cooking. I bet we'll be hungry when we wake up. Hopefully we won't have a disease when we wake up. And after that, we'll probably head into Concord and start looting. There are some bones over here somewhere, I thought. And bone is useful because you actually need bone to domesticate plants. So you can take the wild corn and the wild mut fruit that is out in the world and turn it into corn and mut fruit that you could use. Oh, I must have already looted this last time I was here in part 1. So you can turn it into your own mut fruit and your own corn, and it's pretty cool. And because that stuff is all over the world, but you never really needed it. You know, you couldn't craft with it, you couldn't cook with it. It really served no purpose. So now it serves a purpose where it can be turned into something useful. So we'll definitely be spending time with the farming workbench, I believe it's called, which lets us domesticate plants. So, all right, just getting through all these trees. Like I said, it does add a lot of trees in the back end over here, and that has a little bit of a havoc on our system here, but we should be okay. Again, basically the clean and simple mod, you know, it was just to save time. It doesn't really do anything differently other than the houses. It did put some plants over here that I'm not a huge fan of because they're not over there in vanilla, so I probably won't use those. But everything else, it pretty much just scraps and then picks up things and puts them into a little container. And so this little container is this little ammo box. It had all the equipment and things. So I put it into the workbench. As you can see, I have Def UI, and Def UI is definitely needed with Horizon. I think I've played other overhaul mods without it, and it's been okay. But I just can't do it. I mean, it's hard to do with Horizon because, as you can see, you pick up literally everything you see. You know, some people even play with an auto loot mod, which I have. I haven't installed it. I don't know if I'm going to because we have salvage beacon, so it kind of works the same way. But you know, you need so many things that, you know, you just kind of pick up everything and don't really think about it, which has kind of ruined me for other playthroughs because I now pick up everything and I don't worry about it, and then I'm fighting carry weight very easily. So we haven't had too much of a trouble with carry weight just yet, but I'm being, you know, very cautious of that. So basically only carrying what we need, and then everything else is going into these workbenches here. Oh, I didn't actually look at that. That might be better. I don't usually use Eleanor's mod, so I have no idea what the stuff does. Armored, unarmed. Okay, yeah, ours is definitely better because it's armored. So we'll put all those away. We'll equip our last piece of leather armor. Get rid of all of our weapons that aren't going to be used. We picked up a couple pipe revolver pistols that shoot 45. We don't have much 45. The Fat Man actually is going to be in there. Now, as you can see, some of these guns say destroyed. You can scrap the destroyed guns. I'm not going to scrap them yet because we're going to use a in Horizon there's a system that lets you kind of reverse engineer weapons. So like if you have a broken weapon, you might be able to use it to create a new version of that weapon, and a more powerful version, because as you can see, they're degraded or deteriorated. There are levels. You can't necessarily improve the level of it, but you can make one that's a better condition, basically. So I pretty much put everything into the workbench until I have that experimentation lab, it's called, which will let me, you know, reverse engineer these. So once that happens, then we'll do that. But for now, we'll just keep what we need and what's useful. Everything else will just go in the workbench. And that's kind of the reason, like, we might just keep Sanctuary, is because I want to put it all in one workbench. I don't necessarily want to move it all around from place to place. You know, I've used Red Rocket as a hub. I've used some other places, but I think we'll just keep it at Sanctuary for now, you know, kind of normal, you know. All right, so as you can see, we don't have much 38. We'll probably pick up 38, but it might be a while. So if we do pick it up, then we'll use that gun, I suppose. The mini nuke is going to go away. The fusion core, this is not a good fusion core, apparently. It's only 16. I don't even remember where I picked this up, because it's I definitely don't remember where I picked that one up, and it's pretty much, you know, gone. So we'll put that away, put all of this ammo that I know I'm not going to use away. I'll keep the rest of this because I might actually use it. Okay, so this shoots 38. I don't think I can change that to anything useful. Just 22, which I don't have. 45. We'll have to stay 45. And the shotgun, actually not bad damage. So we'll keep these weapons and go from there. Okay. So we have to now go to sleep because we are very tired. It's morning. I couldn't even tell. So the game again looks great on my end. Let me know what you guys are seeing. Hopefully you're seeing a quality picture and with less pixelation when I move fast. And you know, I'm looking at the stream now and it looks pretty good. So I'm hoping that it stays that way because I just want to improve, you know, the picture the best I can for you guys. So all right, well, with that said, let's go ahead and go to sleep. Oh, I guess we're not going to go to sleep because I didn't build a bed. Whoops. Let's go and build a bed here. Now, I guess there's nothing stopping me from building in this room, but I think this house is actually bigger, so we'll build in this house. Again, we're going to have so many different things. Yeah, we'll use this. We're not necessarily role-playing someone who's not the sole survivor, so we can use this room. Now, Horizon does have a bed that I love because it prevents the settlers from sleeping in it. It's just forever back here, I think. Yeah, personal bed. That's what it's called. Personal vault bed. I'll build a nice one because why not? It's my house. Okay, so let's get some sleep. 7 hours is all we need. All right, and as you can see, we are well rested. However, we are hungry and thirsty. We are on desolation mode, which some people don't like desolation mode because I think the way it changed in 1.5. I haven't tried it in 1.5. I tried it in 1.4, I think. So we might have a very difficult time getting purified water. I have a feeling we are going to have the worst time getting purified water. Uh-oh. So I guess we don't have a cooking station. I would have thought that it would have put the cooking station somewhere when it cleaned the settlement. Maybe it built me a stove. That would be kind of cool. If it could like put a stove in here. Oh no, it puts it right here. Oh, duh. I forgot. Puts it right here. So let's see what we can do. I know we can grind up a ton of meat. Well, I say a ton, but it's outcast mode, desolation mode. Not really a ton, just some. Okay, so we got our meat. Okay, we got a lot of, no, not even a lot of exotic. Yeah, see, we are struggling. We really don't have much. We have the Mylark eggs. Our best bet for getting exotic ground meat is the Mylark eggs. So that's good. So we're gonna just craft that all up and see what we can make. Now, what we want is to make these large meals. We really want to shoot for the large meals. We don't want to mess with the little basic meals. But we don't have a lot of stuff. And as you can see, we don't have the survival skill to actually craft some of these. We have to go get some survival magazines, basically, is what this is, what this equates to. So we'll probably head out to get those. I know we can go to the ranger cabin and get one. And I know we can go to Sunshine Tidings Co-op and get the, I believe that's the double meat kill. I think that's still that. You get double meat from kills. I think that's still that one. I don't think Horizon changed it. So we'll probably do those in part 3. I think that's going to be a pretty good goal for part 3. Again, we're not ready to go to Corvega. We can sneak around and get to Sunshine Tidings, I think. Yeah, we can definitely sneak around and get to Sunshine Tidings to get that. Again, our first concern is living. We have to survive, so we have to get our meat together. As you can see, we can make literally like 2 meals. So, you know, basically, you know, all we've done is we've gotten enough for, you know, 2 bug kebabs, which will probably, oh, 3. I stand corrected. And 1 burger. So that's probably 2 meals, because these are basic meals. They're not big meals. A big meal, 1 of these will fill you up. We really want to shoot for animal stew. If we can get animal stew together, that's going to be great. It does use purified water, which is hard to get, but purified water, but the animal stew will also hydrate us. So with that being said, we should probably try those. The rest of these I've never really messed with. Like, I've never really saved up blowfly, and it isn't really worth it. Rad Stag roast is good, I think. I don't know if I've even done that one, to be honest. I usually just grind it all up and save it for the animal stews. Those are probably my favorite because they also will hydrate you. And then on the exotic end, if we can get the skill up, we can make arthropod stew, or is there another one? I've made the Mylar egg omelet before, but it's not that great. It's not terrible, but the stew is better. So I try to keep with the stews for food. It just makes it way easier. And so we'll keep that. As you can see, there are also different tool kits and maintenance kits and supply kits and bandages and trauma kits. A lot of stuff that you're going to need as we go on. So we'll get to those as I show you the different crafting and different things. So keep that in mind. So, but for now, we have a little bit of food. We have a little bit of water. And so we are in decent shape. We're not in the greatest shape, but we're in decent shape, I'd say. Alright, so let me go ahead and pop this. And then I will go ahead and hopefully 1 water will fill me up. Oh, it didn't. Shame. Okay. Nope, sure didn't. Okay, let's try another one. Yeah, we only got 2 more, so we got to be very stingy with our water. And then the burger and the kebabs, they have those same values. So, oh my goodness, and I'm still hungry. Wow, that's not good. Okay, that wasn't good. I didn't expect it to take that much meat. So we may be eating some rad, you know, pre-war food. As you can see, high risk of illness from pre-war food. I don't want to eat this. I want to put this into the compost, I think it is. Yeah, I want to put that into there and turn it into fertilizer because it is garbage and we don't want to eat that. Same thing with, as you can see, all the meat we've been picking up has been mostly diseased and gristly, and we can't eat that. So basically this gets turned into fertilizer as well. So a lot of fertilizer coming up. That's why it's important that we have, I have noodle cups. I forgot about the noodle cups. Yes. Okay. We have noodle cups. I have 4 more water. That's great. So we have water. Hopefully we don't have to use a ton of it. Sanitized water, I'll take that as well. It has rads, but it's safe, basically. It's not dirty. You won't get sick. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do these right now and kind of keep those on us. But the rest of this, I need to turn into fertilizer. We have to get our plants going, for sure. So let me put some of this extra stuff away. I'll keep those on me. Yeah, we got enough. All of our junk's in there. Okay, so I think that's not bad. Okay, and so we'll kind of do a little quick look in the daytime. Again, just let me know how the quality is. I think it's good. So what I think we're going to do is I think we're going to wrap it up here. We will come back very soon, maybe as soon as tomorrow, and go on to part 3. And like I said, part 3 will probably go down to Sunshine Tidings, get those magazines together, hopefully pick up some meat on the way, not use too many of our bullets, and not get sick. Those are our goals. So again, if you've been coming in the stream over the last hour or so here. Thank you for joining us. Again, my name is Troy, and this is Brighton Games, our channel. So again, we're a very new channel, so this is our first stream on YouTube and our second stream on Twitch, and we're hoping to do much more on both platforms and bring you guys some different games, but also just some consistent content. So you let me know how things are going, and we'll be sure to improve here in the future for you. So thanks again for joining, and I'll see you guys next time.